like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Jake Davies, underwater videographer and marine biologist from North Wales on the BiG Scuba podcast in the Auto Trail expedition.
Welcome to the BiG Scuba
Welcome.
podcast.
Woo!
Thank you.
So, what does being under the water mean to you?
I mean, it's a major part of my life. I grew up on the North Wales coast in a place called Abersoch and Nevin on the Llyn Peninsula, so being surrounded by the coast has been a big part to me. And come from like a maritime family, my dad used to be a fisherman, so what is below the surface is like really intriguing. So since a young child growing up there, to then leading into snorkeling, and then I didn't even know you could dive off the UK coast, or particularly the Welsh coast, until I was about 14, 15. I thought it was something that was just blue water, tropical Australia, the coral reefs and all of that. And then started diving, and then that has been it. Like since my first moment below the surface, it's just been a big part of my life, and I've made I've been really fortunate to make some kind of career out of it as well through different avenues. So it's a lot, but also more important than that is how I can influence other people and get them below the surface and kind of experience that themselves.
Yeah, great. Yeah. So, what sort of avenues has it taken you in?
So it's quite a big part of mine is marine biology, so the science world. I'm really fortunate to work on Project Shark, Angel Shark Project Wales, studying sharks at the Welsh coast. But then for the diving, being a HSC diver meant I've done some light commercial work, but a big part of it is media and scientific diving. So I've been really fortunate to film and work on a range of productions, which showcase what we have locally in the UK. That's been a really cool part,
And do we get many sharks on the Welsh coast?
I mean, it comes as a shock to a lot of people when you say, there's quite a few different sharks. You're talking really over 35 different sharks, but not just sharks themselves. Like you've got sharks, skates, and rays as a family. Yeah. And like we've got one of the fastest sharks in the world, which is found quite deep. It's not common, but mako sharks are present off the UK coast. Yeah. So one of the world's rarest sharks, the angel shark, it's critically endangered, but we have that still present here off the Welsh coast. It's a remarkable shark species, and we're really lucky that we have this diversity that comes to a lot of people surprises.
And the angel shark, is that found just in the UK or around the world?
So it's a species, as a family, it's found around the world, 23 different species globally. In the northeast Atlantic though, around Europe and northern Africa, we've got 3 different species, of which they're also found in the Med. But here in the UK, it's kind of Squatina squatina, the common angel shark is its other name, is the one we have.
Right, and your careers took you to be ambassador for O3 and Sunto.
Yeah, and QB, and also with Apex as well. So it's really exciting to kind of work closely with a lot of brands, a lot of UK-based brands as well, and kind of all the gear really makes UK diving even more comfortable.
Yeah,
so it's great.
Definitely.
Yeah, and it's great about promoting UK diving as well as trying to influence younger people to try diving as well. When it's so accessible, we live on an island.
Yeah, we're surrounded by a range of different coastline. Like the east coast to the west coast, so varied. Then you've got Scotland down to the south coast of England. Again, so much diversity, and you can travel the whole country and find so many different species, and I think that's what makes it
big advocate for being fit to dive.
Yeah, I think it definitely helps your diving. Yeah. I think it has its benefits, especially when you're lugging around really heavy dive gear or equipment gear at the same time. It just helps that it doesn't really fatigue you before getting into the water, and hopefully makes the dive more comfortable.
So outside of diving, you're an ultra runner?
Yeah, so do ultra marathons and triathlons as well. So just trying to balance time between all of them.
So how far is, when you say ultra running, how far are we sort of talking?
So anything over a marathon becomes an ultra. For me, a lot of my races end up being between that 55 to 80k mark. Done 100k before. Painful. It's a big day out. It's big. Long day out. It means you get to eat all day. That's what's great. Like ham and cheese sandwiches as you go to when it comes to ultra.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I might try that.
It's a great excuse to go for a
long
run.
Running
Eating. Yeah. It's a secret. And you walk the hills.
Just don't really do much running. That's the high rock side.
You get the scenery. You get these amazing, it's amazing to just be outside in the wilderness. So if not below the water, enjoying what's there. It's enjoying the scenery and the top side and the mountains.
So does that give you the same kind of headspace being underwater when you've got that silence as well as when you're in the kind of outdoors?
In the zone.
Yeah, it's just being out in nature. I think for me, the more calming is being below the surface. You kind of you feel like you're really on an adventure. But if you can't get below the surface, the next best thing is going to the mountains, going to the hills. It doesn't even have to be anywhere with elevation. It can just be a coastal path. But you're outside. You get to really kind of give yourself a clear headspace either way. That's important.
Yeah, and we're a big advocate for fit to dive, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So go hand in hand, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Just feel better after a dive. You're not so knackered. I mean,
Yeah.
you will be tired either way, but
Yeah.
you're just
less.
tired. You get to enjoy the next day without really feeling.
It's the same as
suffering.
doing a WOD. You know, you grow, you get your way through it, and you work your way through it, and you enjoy it at the time. You're knackered afterwards and tired, but you feel better for it.
And a sense of achievement as well.
Yeah.
At the
Same
end,
as doing the dive.
I was saying to one of the colleagues, we went for a run this morning before the show, and no matter how tired you are before the run, you never ever regret doing the run or
exactly.
the exercise.
Yeah, exactly.
But you'll only ever regret not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And you'll
it's
feel
like,
bad about yourself.
yeah,
when you don't
that's
do
it. It's on your head
Yeah,
all day long. But
Yeah.
if you go and do it, it's done. Doesn't have to be a full one if you can't do the full
Yeah.
exercise. As long as you've done something,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
get that endorphin
Yeah.
hit. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of our next questions is, we like to ask, is if you could take 3 people diving, who would you take? And that can be anyone from history.
I mean, yeah, like some time to think, but then thinking about it, I think one person that came to my mind straight away was like Jacques Cousteau.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it'd be pretty cool
Good
to
one.
go for a dive with him, and
Yeah.
just also then, if you could take me back to that time as well, that'd be quite cool to go and see what it was like
We are
in these
opening
areas.
this up. Our previous guest said a cat.
A cat.
They want to take their
I mean,
cat.
the second person then would have to be my spaniel, because like she does triathlon training, she does all my ultramarathon training. She might as well just come underwater and do the training
Yeah,
there as well. Like,
That's two.
Yeah.
I think that would really open her mind up
Yeah.
as well, what it's like below the surface. And you know what? Think about it. Probably someone like one of my family members, like closest family member who's never dived.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to kind of they see everything I do, see what it's like
Mm.
below the surface, to actually then take them to see what it's like along the coastal line.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool as well.
Excellent.
Probably.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. See, you thought of 3 people.
Got me there.
Well,
Yeah.
three.
I'm gonna tell the dog that she's coming diving now.
Yeah. Another question we ask always to any podcast guest: if they had a message they could put out to the world on a billboard, what would your message be?
Just take the plunge or go for the dive. Just simple,
Yeah.
and do it locally. I think that's again it goes
Yeah.
back to like how I started, how I try and encourage other people to start. Like you can go overseas and start somewhere and go for some amazing dives out there, but I think we have that opportunity in the UK to dive here first. And like if it's a quarry, it's great. You get to the toughness of diving in a quarry, but it makes you a good diver.
Yeah, it does.
Diving those locations, and the sea again. Once you get these amazing conditions, we were just showing a sneak peek for a film earlier, and some people were like, "Is that the UK?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, that's North Wales. It is clear. It might not be your 50 meters or plus thing, but it's clear enough that you can sit there and just watch the world go by." And I think that's what's good. Is like, but if it's a bad dive, just look harder. That's what I've told myself. I've some dive briefings for the dive club. I've done that. I'm just like, we sit there and goes, you know, if you're bored or you find it a challenging dive, just stop and look
Do you
a
think
little
you'll
harder.
ever get into, because you're not a tech dive, are you?
Yes,
You are tech.
yeah, I've done rebreather, done my
You have?
Revo training.
Yeah.
So I've done that for a while. But I stopped last year.
Right,
It's
okay.
just a time commitment. I feel like I wasn't giving the unit the time it needed for me, so I ended up selling the unit, which was a difficult decision.
Yeah.
But it's gone to someone who's going to be using it a lot more, and I like this
Yeah.
is what it's there for. It's not there to sit in my room and say one day I'm going to dive this.
Yeah, you've got to
as
be
much.
fairly committed to in
Yeah.
time, haven't you?
And it's
for that?
amazing. Like it's something I'm glad I've done. I've done that. It's another kind of bow to my arrow in that way, or bow to my string to my bow. But it was there that I've learned that, and it does make a big difference for filming. But at this time, this moment in life, it just wasn't wild to carry on. And the industry as well, the challenges at the moment with what it's like to be diving in media and things. But maybe it picks up. Maybe it's something I want to go back to and use it. But I'm really lucky that I get to dive literally a couple of meters away from my house and enjoy my local coastline and still film some
That's pretty cool.
incredible stuff. So there's a lot of things on my list that I still want to film.
Which is coming up? What is coming up?
Well, there's a few species that I want to get. I mean, I was really lucky that I filmed angel sharks the other year, but there's so much little stuff. I think like last year. Shrimps.
I
Yeah.
love seeing
See,
shrimps.
this is what I told someone the other day. Like last year, I managed to start filming mantis shrimps off the UK, and they went, "You didn't." I'm like, "Here we go.
Yeah.
Here they are. And look how cool these little shrimps are."
And there's lots of them.
It's a cool place.
What's the thing that we saw at Loch Long?
You know the
Scallop.
Scallop.
Yeah, scallops.
They're amazing.
Put a
things to
macro
see.
lens on the scallop. Look at the eyes. They've got like telescopic eyes, little lenses in
Really?
the eyes. They're incredible to look at. Yeah. So like again, just get the detail. Look further. You can see.
Yeah.
so
I mean,
much
some of the
stuff.
small things are amazing. to
So
see,
you could
aren't
just
they?
like hover and watch,
Yeah,
and
just sit
something
and
will
watch it.
appear.
Yeah.
I love the critters. I love seeing
I've done like a
the
whole
critters.
hour and I've not moved 5 meters. I'm just sat there going, cool, this is cool. Or like gobies, they build dens and they got a little cockle door shell. It's amazing. And like that's behaviour.
Yeah.
Most people swim over and go, it's a little brown
Yeah.
fish. It's
Or
boring.
just looking at a wall
Yeah.
And
And watching what's going on with the walls. The
Yeah.
longer you sit, the more things that come.
And that's it.
And on time.
Time's up.
well done.
Well done.
That was great. Brilliant. You did
Yeah.
great.
Excellent.